Okay, so get this. We're diving into the future of solar power today, and
Yeah.
I was just blown away when I read this article,
Yeah.
about this new type of solar cell material.
It's really fascinating stuff.
Yeah, we're talking potential game changer for the future of clean energy. So,
Oh, yeah. Huge implications.
yeah, so we're going to deep dive into this recent study on something called the bulk photovoltaic effect, or BPV.
BPV, that's right.
And it's got scientists buzzing.
And for good reason.
For good reason. So for those of us who don't spend our days in a lab, can you break down what makes BPV so special?
Absolutely. So, traditional solar cells, the kind you see on rooftops, they're great.
Yeah.
But they have an inherent efficiency limit.
Okay.
And it's called the Shockley-Queisser limit.
The Shockley-Queisser limit.
Yeah. And you can think of it like a speed limit for converting sunlight into electricity.
Okay, so we're hitting a wall with our current solar technology.
Kinda, yeah. We're hitting a wall.
Okay.
But BPV allows certain materials to sidestep that limit. So imagine a traditional solar panel is like a 2-lane highway with traffic going both ways.
Okay.
BPV is like building a one-way express lane, creating a much more efficient flow of electrons.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
So instead of relying on a junction between different materials,
Right.
BPV uses the entire volume of a special crystal to generate electricity.
Precisely, yep. And the material getting all the attention right now is
That's true.
alpha-phase indium selenide.
Alpha-phase indium selenide.
Scientists have been theorizing about its potential for a while.
Okay.
And this new study, published in Applied Physics Letters, provides the first experimental proof.
Wow. Okay. And just how much more efficient is this new material?
So the study found that its quantum efficiency is orders of magnitude higher than other materials exhibiting the BPV effect.
Wow.
It's even comparable to some of the most cutting-edge, low-dimensional materials out there.
Okay. So we're not just talking about a slight improvement. This is potentially a giant leap forward.
Yeah, it's a big deal. If we can figure out how to scale up production, this breakthrough could mean solar panels that are 30% more efficient.
Wow.
Potentially cutting energy costs in half for homeowners.
That's huge.
Imagine the impact that could have on the entire energy grid.
It's amazing to think that this tiny crystal could have such a massive impact. And it's not just about solar panels, right? You mentioned other potential applications earlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
The way BPV generates a directional current from light opens up possibilities beyond solar energy. So think about photodetectors.
Okay.
Those devices that convert light into electrical signals.
Right.
They're used in everything from digital cameras to fiber optic communication systems.
Mm-hmm.
With BPV, you could create photodetectors that are far more sensitive and efficient.
So we're talking about cameras that can capture images in near darkness, fiber optic cables that transmit data at lightning speeds.
Exactly.
The potential is mind-blowing.
Yeah, it really is. And we're just at the tip of the iceberg in terms of exploring all the possibilities.
Yeah.
This research is just the first step on a very exciting journey.
Okay, this is where it gets really intriguing for me.
Okay.
This technology has the potential to revolutionize not just one industry, but several.
For sure.
But what about the real-world challenges?
Yeah.
What needs to happen before we start seeing BPV devices in our everyday lives?
Well, scaling up production is the first hurdle.
Okay.
Right now, we're talking about lab-scale experiments.
Right.
Figuring out how to manufacture these materials efficiently and cost-effectively will be crucial.
Makes sense.
We also need to consider the long-term performance and durability of these new solar cells.
Right.
How will they hold up in the real world, exposed to the elements year after year?
Yeah, those are all really important questions.
Uh-huh.
And I imagine there will be a lot of competition as companies try to capitalize on this breakthrough.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
We could see a period of rapid innovation and maybe even some disruption in the existing solar industry. But ultimately, it's all about pushing toward cleaner and more sustainable energy solutions.
Oh, sure.
And this discovery certainly gives us a lot to be hopeful about.
This is a lot to process. It's incredible to think that we might be on the cusp of a major shift in how we generate and use energy.
Yeah, it's definitely a pivotal moment, and it highlights the power of scientific research to drive innovation and create a brighter future.
I'm definitely feeling inspired right now, and I bet our listeners are too. But before we get too carried away, there's another side to this story that we need to explore.
Yeah, we've talked about all the potential benefits.
Right.
But it's important to remember that any new technology comes with its own set of complexities.
That's a great point, yeah. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a breakthrough, but
Right.
we need to approach this with a critical eye.
Absolutely.
What are some of the potential downswings or challenges that we should be considering?
Well, one thing that comes to mind is the sourcing of materials.
Okay.
Indium, for example, is a relatively rare element, and we need to make sure it's being mined sustainably and responsibly.
Yeah, we don't want to solve one environmental problem just to create another one, right?
Exactly. We need to think about the entire life cycle of these new solar cells,
Okay.
from the extraction of raw materials to the manufacturing process and eventual disposal.
So it's not just about the technology itself,
Right.
but also about how we implement it and integrate it into our existing systems.
Precisely.
Okay.
And then there are the economic considerations.
Right.
Will BPV-based solar cells be affordable for everyone?
Yeah.
Or will they initially be a luxury for the wealthy?
Okay.
How will this technology impact jobs in the existing solar industry?
These are all crucial questions that we need to be asking as this technology develops.
Yeah.
It's not just about scientific progress. It's about ensuring that progress benefits society as a whole.
Absolutely. And it's a conversation that needs to involve scientists, policymakers,
Yes.
industry leaders, and the public. We all have a stake in shaping a future where technology serves humanity and the planet.
So while we're excited about the potential of BPV,
Yeah.
we also need to be mindful of the potential pitfalls.
For sure.
It's about finding that balance between innovation and responsibility.
I couldn't agree more. And that brings us back to the importance of research and development.
Okay.
We need to invest not only in advancing the technology itself, but also in understanding its broader implications.
We need to ask the tough questions.
Yeah.
Consider all the angles and make sure we're not just chasing the next shiny object,
Right.
but creating solutions that are truly sustainable in the long run.
Well said. This is where collaboration becomes essential.
Okay.
We need experts from different fields.
Right.
Engineers, environmental scientists, economists, ethicists,
Why don't we?
all working together to ensure that we're developing and deploying this technology in a way that benefits everyone.
Like a giant puzzle. And we need all the pieces to fit together.
Yeah.
And it's not just about finding the right answers, but also about asking the right questions.
Exactly. It's a continuous process of learning,
Mm-hmm.
adapting and refining our approach.
Yeah.
And the more we understand about this technology, both its potential and its limitations, the better equipped we'll be to make informed decisions about its future.
I think it's also important to acknowledge that there might not be easy answers to some of these questions.
Yeah, that's true.
There will likely be trade-offs and compromises along the way.
There's rarely a perfect solution, especially when dealing with complex technologies and their impact on society.
Right.
But that's also what makes this field so fascinating.
Yeah.
It's about navigating those complexities, weighing different perspectives, and striving for the best possible outcome.
And sometimes the best outcome isn't always obvious.
Right.
It requires careful consideration and open dialogue,
Yeah,
but it's a conversation we need to be having.
absolutely. And it's a conversation that needs to happen sooner rather than later. As this technology advances, the decisions we make today will have far-reaching consequences.
It's a reminder that scientific progress isn't just about discoveries in the lab.
Mm-hmm.
It's about how those discoveries shape our world and our lives.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's up to us to decide what kind of future we want to create.
Well said. And that brings us back to the bigger picture.
Okay.
What are the long-term implications of this technology?
Yeah.
How could it potentially transform our energy landscape and our relationship with the environment?
We've already touched on some of the potential benefits like cheaper and more efficient solar energy.
Right.
But what about the ripple effects?
Yeah.
How could this technology impact other industries, our economy, even our geopolitical landscape?
It's certainly worth exploring.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where energy is more abundant and accessible,
All right.
where countries are less reliant on fossil fuels,
It,
where the cost of living is lower because energy is more affordable.
it sounds almost utopian, but it also raises questions about the transition process. How do we navigate the shift from fossil fuels to renewable energy in a way that's just and equitable?
Yeah.
How do we ensure that everyone benefits from this technological revolution, not just a select few?
Those are critical questions.
Yeah.
And they highlight the need for thoughtful planning, strategic investments, and international cooperation.
Right.
It won't be easy, but the potential rewards are immense.
This is really getting me thinking about the power of human ingenuity
Yeah.
to solve complex problems.
Yeah,
We've faced enormous challenges throughout history,
that's right.
and we've always found a way to innovate and adapt.
It's true, and this breakthrough in solar technology is a testament to that spirit of innovation.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we have the tools and the talent to create a more sustainable and prosperous future.
But it's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about how we choose to use it.
Absolutely.
It's about making conscious decisions that align with our values and our vision for the future.
Well said. It's a call to action for all of us, scientists, engineers, policymakers, business leaders, and everyday citizens,
Right.
to work together and shape a future where technology serves humanity and the planet.
It's a reminder that the future is not predetermined.
Uh-huh.
It's something we create together.
Yeah.
One decision, one innovation, one step at a time. And this breakthrough in solar technology is a significant step in the right direction. You know, it's inspiring to think about all the positive changes this technology could bring. But as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to kind of bring it back to our listener for a moment.
Yeah, sure.
We've been talking about this incredible breakthrough in solar technology.
Right.
But, you know, it's just one example of all the amazing innovation happening all around us.
It really is, yeah.
Every day, scientists, engineers, and researchers are pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Absolutely.
They're coming up with these new solutions to the challenges we face, like climate change, healthcare, communication. It's incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
And it's important for all of us to stay curious, to keep learning
Yeah.
and exploring these advancements, because who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe the next big breakthrough will come from someone listening to this very episode.
Now that would be truly inspiring.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where anyone, anywhere can contribute to solving these global challenges.
Absolutely. It's a world where collaboration and knowledge sharing are key.
Yeah.
And it's a world where we all have a role to play in shaping the future.
I think that's a great point. So what's the one thing you hope our listener takes away from this deep dive?
You know, I hope they feel empowered, knowing that they can make a difference.
Yeah.
Whether it's staying informed about these advancements, supporting scientific research, or simply sharing their own ideas and perspectives.
Right.
Every action, no matter how small, can contribute to a brighter future.
Beautifully said. We really do live in an age of unprecedented opportunity.
We do.
And it's up to each of us to seize that opportunity and create a world that's not just technologically advanced, but also just equitable and sustainable.
If you're as fascinated by this new solar cell material as we are, we encourage you to check out the full article from Applied Physics Letters. We'll link it in the show notes. And in the meantime, keep those brains buzzing and stay curious. Who knows what amazing discoveries await us just around the corner?